because I just went through the heart-rending experience of, like, recording an entire episode and Skype just not delivering the recording. It could not be found. Skype failed to do it. So we had to re-record it, and it was fine, and the re-record was fun, but I'm not taking any chances anymore.
Yes, trust no one, as podcasting has taught you.
Absolutely. If doing anything creative has taught me anything, it's to be very careful who and what you place your trust in, and to always have a plan B.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that, like, kind of goes back to our, like, original OG episode where we were talking about, like, post-grad life. Yeah, if anything, I've learned that in the post-grad life.
Be very careful who and what you place your trust in. That includes roommates, the basic functions of the city that you live in, anyone you decide to collaborate with creatively, because, and I am not a pessimist here, it can and will fall apart at any moment, and you cannot anticipate it. So you need to not walk into any situation like the protagonist of Landslide walks into, where she's built her entire life around this guy and has to leave them, and they're like, well, what is my life now? What do I even do with myself?
Oh, yeah. No. Do not follow any advice from Fleetwood Mac songs.
No. And listen, Fleetwood Mac, my favorite band of all time. I just don't take any of their advice, is all I'm... Like, they are not good examples.
No.
They are not good role models. They should not be trusted as authority figures, though their music is great.
Yeah, they're lucky that Rumors is as good as it is for, like, the mess of how it was made, because, like, if one thing went wrong, it would have been like, what the fuck are they doing?
It's the difference between, you know, the great struggle to make, say, Apocalypse Now, and you walk out the other side with an all-time masterpiece, versus the great struggle to make The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, where after decades of effort, it streams for free on Crackle, you know, like it's, and those processes are equal, but the end result is what determines the futility of the entire thing.
Oh, yeah. So do we think... So now bringing it back to Cats, because we have to talk about the second trailer. I feel a lot of empathy for you that you've seen it 6 times, because I'm horrified. And I've seen it.
So yes, everyone, PodCATS, the pod about cats. I've brought back our first episode guest, the OG trailer sleuth, Melanie Humphrey, to talk about, after a 4-month drought period, where there was nothing on the Cats front, suddenly over the course of 2 weeks, we get A, Taylor Swift's original single for Cats, and which, you know, episode incoming, and B, the second trailer after such a long wait. After, you know, finally my husband has returned from war, Odysseus has come home, and he's found that everything has changed. And I thought it impossible that this trailer that we've all been talking about for 4 months, that has never really left the cultural consensus, that I thought it impossible that this second trailer could get within a mountain's distance of the first trailer. I thought it impossible on the level of mind-bending unreality, on the level of making you question, you know, if these are people, then what am I? I thought it couldn't be done. Nay, I say this one might be more.
Okay, so my initial thought, so, you know, I was pretty lusty in that last episode about wanting to see some dicks. And, okay, we don't see any dicks, But we see way more body, and I immediately regret and rescind all my statements about wanting to see more dick, because I'm horrified. But I like specifically, like, you know, I think in that first trailer, Idris Elba, we were like, oh, he's gonna be a cool looking cat. Like, he definitely, like, is one of the better, like, he got the good CGI, not like Jennifer Hudson. He did not get the good CGI.
It's like they swapped the CGI, because Jennifer Hudson, in her brief appearance, looks much better. You know, per my brother's theory, the short-haired cats work a lot better than the long-haired cats. And Jennifer looked much better in this trailer. Whereas Idris, who in the first trailer was sort of shrouded in mystery, wearing the classic Marvel Comics, like, trench coat and hat to sort of hide his visage, we see him in all of his glory in this trailer. And by that I mean he is stark fucking naked, and I am terrified.
Well, and too, I want to talk about proportions, because in the first trailer I was like, why are they so small? But like, now we know, like, okay, these cats are gonna be way too small, so I was not surprised by the smallness. But like, their shoulders are too big and their legs are tiny, because like, that was like jarring about Idris Elba and his body, was that like his shoulders are huge and his legs are teeny. And like, same with Taylor Swift cat. Taylor Swift cat also way worse. I thought she was being the good CGI too. No, like, she's got a huge shoulder, and she shimmied her body at us. Oh my god! This
trailer, and I hesitate to use this phrasing in this way, but follow me here. This is a sexy fucking trailer. That, like, Idris Elba is stark raving naked, and Taylor Swift's cat does a little titty shimmy, like, does one of those, like, come here, Buster burlesque boopy shakes, and what is happening? What is going on?
Yeah. It was like, that was all a little, and it happened so fast too. So that's the thing where it's like I saw too much and then saw too little, where it's like it cut so quickly from Idris Elba, like, naked and winking, and then he's gone, and then like Taylor Swift shakes at us, gone. Like, too much James Corden again, way too much James Corden. It just happened, and you're like, wait, like. And I think maybe the first one had a better, like, you're the film person, so I think there was a better, like, plot line to the first trailer, where the second trailer was like, flash, 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 cats. And you're like, I have more questions.
There's a certain there's so much to unpack here. Okay. To the first trailer, there was a certain sense of scene, of tone, that felt of a uniform place. It's kind of this unnerving, subtly creepy, atmospheric trailer that, say what you will about any aspect of it, is a very effective bit of marketing. We have been talking about it nonstop, and it set its place and tone very well. You felt like you were getting an idea of the movie you were going to see, and then, you know, somebody puts, like, the music from the Us trailer over it, and it only adds to the experience. It's cut together in a comprehensible way. This second trailer is throwing fucking spaghetti at the wall to see if any of it sticks. It's hucking fucking meatballs at a target and trying to pick it up. To me, it felt like the difference between watching Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz, like a really tightly paced, well-scripted comedy, and then watching fucking Anchorman or Knocked Up, like these movies that are improvised from the ground up and are anarchic and chaotic and nothing strings you along from one moment to the next. Does that make sense? Does that like register?
Yes. That's like exactly where they were like I think they're even just trying to gauge maybe in a marketing standpoint of like what is cool that people want to see. They're like, oh, Idris Elba is cool. Let's put him mostly in the trailer. And then you're like, no, we didn't ask for that. Like I did, but I regret it now. Or, you know, like and I think too, like, if I don't know, I'm not the biggest trailer watcher, but I guess like because we had the first trailer and then now this trailer, but there was no in between trailer, and like there's that's maybe why it feels so disconnected. Like there wasn't like another cool through line trailer, and then this feels like the like 20-second trailer in between a movie or like on your Instagram stories where it's like here, okay, see it, you get it, you could come. Like that's what it feels like. And because I've been binging all the episodes of PodCATS, and I feel like I've learned so much about the musical through this journey that you have taken on. I mean, I've learned a lot and also so very little at the same time.
I think that's 100% fair. That's the most glowing reveal I'll ever get for the show. I feel like I learned so much and yet nothing at all.
Well, because also it's like, I think it's a placeholder. I'm like, oh, I don't need to see the musical. I'm still not committed to that part yet. I think it doesn't, like, I think you've, like, categorized, like, talked about all the different songs. I absolutely don't think all those songs are going to make it into this movie.
100% they are not. This is the biggest turn in this trailer, is that long we have speculated that, oh, are they maybe, like, adding a plot? It kind of looks like they're adding, like, a direct sort of fantasy through line to the whole thing. Are they going to add dialogue? And the answer we're getting from this trailer is 2 hard fucking yeses. This thing is fucking silly with dialogue. We've still... You know what we haven't heard from the fucking 2 Cats trailers? Songs. Yeah. We've heard Memory, and we've heard this, and now we've heard a reorchestrated, slowed down version of Jellicle Cats, the opening number of the show. And you know what I haven't heard? Any other music from this movie.
Yes.
It's like they're trying to hide it.
Well, it's like they're trying, like, I mean, I guess it could be 2 things. They could hide it so it's like you come to see the movie to see a songs, or those are the only songs.
Like, baby, they've cut everything but Memory from the show.
And adding this crazy Taylor Swift song, which I know you're going to have your own episode, and I haven't even listened to it because that 20-second clip where she's like, rooms that I'm not let into, because Taylor Swift is a cat, and we don't allow cats in all of our rooms sometimes because they'll ruin things.
Okay, and again, you're about to hear a whole episode on this, audience, but the song that Taylor has written is not for her character. It's for the character that they've made the protagonist of Cats, which is not a thing. They've created from whole cloth a protagonist. But it seems to be a direct rehash of everything about the song Memory. It's about, like, I used to be beautiful and now it's gone. I'm locked out. I can't get in through these doors. And I'm like, motherfucker, that is Memory. That is what that song is about.
Yeah. Oof. Oh, okay. If we're gonna talk about Little Ballerina Cat, so that's the Frances Hayward, who has still not spoken.
Not
I would
not
say.
spoken nor sang in either of these trailers, but God help me, James Corden's talking. You know, he's
God.
riffing. He's doing some of his classic James Corden riffs. You know, that's what I say to you. And that's, you know, everyone's going to be quoting that one on the playground, you know, in the dawn of the new year. Everyone's going to be wearing T-shirts of "That's what I say to you." And of course we get Rebel Wilson. She's riffing. She's firing off on all cylinders. Don't mess with the crazy cat lady. And then she hits herself in the face with a big chain because what are we doing?
Well, yeah, like there's too many villains, you know, like is Judi Dench a villain? Well, and also is she Mr. Mistopheles?
No, we see Mr. Mistopheles a couple times in this trailer. Once he flies in through a window, lands in a big pair of shoes, and falls on his face. And then the second time, after James Corden's big, hilarious riff, Mr. Mistopheles goes, "Cross paws," and crosses his paws. Like I'm supposed to know, like that's a big reference I'm supposed to get, or that's like a big fucking comedy closer.
Wait, he's the sad hat cat?
Yeah, he's the top hat cat.
Oh God. Okay. Well, okay. In the like '80s version, who's that like orange yellow cat that's always on the poster?
That
Romney?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what poster you're talking about specifically. I just know the one with the eyes. It could be a Rum Tum Tugger, and we get more of Rum Tum Tugger. We get Jason Derulo. We finally hear Jason Derulo. And he's just screaming. Like 4 times he's just screaming in exactly the same way. Oh, I'm sorry. The trailer is auto-playing before me on Twitter. We do see Mr. Mistopheles a third time, where he's magically levitating out of a dresser drawer holding a woman's brassiere. A giant woman's brassiere that, again, compared to him, looks like a parachute.
Oh, no. Oh, so this is my bad. I didn't do my homework before, you know, we recorded this, but,
This is not a show for experts. Welcome.
I have to pace myself because it's just so much, and, like, it's just all it's so much, and, like, I don't know. I've been pondering a lot about this one. Is that, like, and listening to all the other episodes is like how much dance is a part of Cats, of the Cats musical, and like there is dancing in this, but there's so much talking, and I'm gonna say something kind of bitchy, but I will say there's only been one dance show that I have enjoyed that has had talking. Any other dancing that has talking, I hate it. I hate it because you're supposed to get everything. You're supposed to get story, emotions, plot, everything from dance. And so if you're not doing that well, then you will talk, and then it makes everything bad, you know? Because, like, that's just my experience seeing dance, is like you're supposed to get everything from the dancing. And this is where the bitchy part comes in, is like, dancers are not always the best speakers. Like, I saw a, like, Midsummer Night's Dream opera with Puck as a dancer, and he talked, and he was terrible. He was like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're, like, the whole time, rough.
Right? No, I'm with you. I mean, you know, the old adage goes, if you cannot speak it, sing it, and if you cannot sing it, dance it. Like that, those are the rules of theater. They're not hard written, but that's generally true. I think when it comes to dancers turn actors, there's 2 ways it can go. Because half the time, you get Mike Chang on Glee, and they're like, no, you don't get to talk. Because when you talk, it's nothing. Please stop talking. And then the other half of it is, and I don't know the actor's name, but Jason on The Good Place is, you know, he's a dancer. Manny Jacinto. I found it. It was in my brain. He's a dancer by trade, and he's also fucking hilarious. So I'm not going to count all dancers out, although generally I do agree with you.
Yeah, and I have even, that's been disproven to me recently. I saw a dance show where there was talking the whole time, and it was brilliant and amazing. And so, but I do think sometimes their dialogue can be a hidden thing of, to make something better, but actually makes it worse. And that's how I feel about this Cats trailer. Whereas the so much talking made it worse.
There's so much talking. Absolutely. It's mostly talking. Whereas the last one, there were little hints of dialogue, and we're like, okay, maybe there will be, interstitial, dialogue between songs. Mostly it was Memory, sung by Jennifer Hudson, and all of these dang cats. This is 90% dialogue with this undercurrent of this reorchestration of the opening number, and it's just a bunch of goofs or Idris Elba saying I have plenty of soul and leaping triumphantly away. We see more of a lot of these cats, and I'm seeing them because I'm just sort of replaying this trailer on mute in front of myself just to really keep everything fresh in the dome. So we see Ian McKellen's cat for the first time, outside, and he's a big, fluffy, Maine Coon sort of looking cat.
Yes, a large tail,
a huge tail. Whereas most of these guys seem to be, they have a very thin, slinky tail that follows behind them. Ian McKellen has the large foofer tail that puffs up all around him. It's I think, and this was so long ago, but if I remember correctly, most trailers for most modern musicals, you feel like they're kind of trying to hide that it is a musical. Les Mis had the exact same trailer. That's here's a bunch of shots of actors and sets while Anne Hathaway sings I Dreamed a Dream. And then it didn't feel like they were trying to smuggle in the fact that it was a musical. I don't remember the marketing for Into the Woods all that well, but it seemed like that wasn't really trying to make it public that this was a musical. Jersey Boys, they really tried to make it look like a regular biopic as opposed to a full-on stage musical adaptation. The only modern musical movie that I can remember that has happened since Les Mis, but has bothered to show you in the trailer that it's a musical, is probably that movie that came out last year, Anna and the Apocalypse. This a zombie musical movie. That came out. I unfortunately didn't get around to seeing it. I was not flush with cash at that time. But it was the only musical I can remember in the last decade or so that has made its musical elements front and center.
Okay. I think yes, and now I'm even thinking about Mamma Mia too, what the marketing was for, because that came out a year or so ago.
Wow, I had forgotten that had come out. Here we go again.
Yes, here. Well, I will never forget because it was and I loved it, and I had a birthday around that theme of that movie, which
That's perfect.
Is incredible. But yeah, I think you're right. I think you're hitting something of trying to hide the fact that it's a musical, because this movie's coming out around Christmas with all these families and kids, and so I think they're trying to market it as fun for the whole family, and maybe musicals are not fun for dads, so we have to get dad involved, that's why we're going to show Idris Elba all the time.
If this is what you wanted to get dads through the door, I don't think a fully naked Idris Elba cat who's and maybe someone can cancel me for this. It's very straight. So Taylor Swift, Snow White skin, playing an orange tabby cat. Ian McKellen has like a yellow fur. James Corden, Mr. Mistopheles, dark black colored cats. There are brown cats in this trailer, but the bold choice they've made with Idris Elba, McCavity, is that his fur is the color of Idris Elba's skin. In a way that cats do not have fur that is that color. Does that so it looks like Idris Elba covered in felt, or like if he had peach fuzz on him as opposed to looking like a cat, because it looks like naked Idris Elba in a way that Taylor Swift with her gewgaws doesn't quite look like naked Taylor Swift.
Yes, yeah, I think you're hitting, because, like, and that's why I've been struggling, because I'm horrified about everyone's body in this trailer, but also trying to be very body positive, right? And, like, not trying to be like, I hate, like, whoever's body because that's how they are. I think it's because it doesn't look like how they are, either. It looks so fake. You know, like, but in a, like, very jarring computerized way where they were trying to make it look more realistic. I think that's what's, like, fucking everyone up, is, like, let's make this look more realistic with the technology that we have, but it looks just not right. Whereas, like, even just, like, if he, like, that's maybe why Idris Elba looks so good with, like, the hat and the coat, because it's like, yes, that looks more, like, in line. Like, this is, like, that's not even, like, what fur looks like. That's not, you know, like, the texture's wrong, the proportions are wrong. Like, it's all just, like, but his face is so, like, still very, like, you know it's his face, but it's, like, everything else is, like, I cannot tell what is going on, or, like, what the design process for everything else was. And that's even, like, I think James Corden, too, where it's, like, he's a black and white cat, but, like, you know, like, they all have fingers, not paws. You know, like, it's just, like, so, like, it's all just so jarring because they tried to make it feel real. And I guess that's similar to, like, and they're in the similar vein of, like, the recent episode I'd listened to is about Beowulf, how it's, like, supposed to look realistic, but it's, like, so weird. And, like, Polar Express, especially, Polar Express is so weird. They could have just made a regular movie with real people, and it would have been fine. It would have been actually great, but they had to do this weird, like, half animation thing. Like,
I know. Why bother to animate it at that point if you're just going to make them conform to the constraints of the human body? You know, why?
Like, go hard into animated or just go real into realistic. This middle is terrifying.
Right. And all of these cats are... Do you remember the covers of Animorphs books?
Yes.
Where we would see a child and then, like, an owl, and there would be this gradual gradient as the child turns into the owl. That's what these fucking cats look like, is that some Animorph got stuck halfway and couldn't make it happen on either side. But you've opened up an interesting line of inquiry on this trailer, and now I think it's our duty to explore it. Is that you have hypothesized that this second Cats trailer is a Cats trailer that is trying to attract dads? And I think you're on to something. Because the first Cats trailer, with its dramatic rendition of Memory, is not a dad-friendly trailer. Not that dads can't like musical theater, but everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say dad-friendly.
Yes.
Whereas,
and this stereotype of like a dad that watches football and drinks beer and like doesn't get the art stuff, but like certain movies, like yes, this is the stereotype that we're talking about, because, and not that like this is a stereotype that we believe in. We know that there's gray area. People can enjoy whatever they want. They can enjoy football and ballet, blah blah blah. But like this is kind of, I think we're trying to get into the heads of like network executives and marketers who like actually think like this and keep producing content like this, and then they're like, why is this not good? Because it's like, well, you're not trying to produce things for real people.
Right, exactly. And so now I'm stuck on it, because this Cats the movie, which we have now seen a projected budget of, our first idea of how much this movie cost, and it's approximately $300 million. And to put that into a frame of reference for anyone out there that is not big on like movie budgets, that's how much Pirates of the Caribbean 3 cost. And at the time, it was an unthinkable amount of money that a movie could cost to make. $300 million, and that movie has fucking ships, 3 ships in a whirlpool, and squid pirates, and giant Caribbean witches, there's all this stuff. And that, again, this is our first projected idea as reported by a British paper, that this movie, with people dressed as cats, with the digital fur technology, apparently costs as much as the Star Wars movie it is opening against. And that the cat balls on the people that made this movie, the absolute cojones of these people to pump $300 million into an adaptation of a bizarre Broadway musical, and to open it on the same day as Star Wars Episode 9 I honestly respect it. I honestly think it is a crazy bit of counter-programming. And if they can get the 4 quadrants, now, because Star Wars is a movie that, like, I don't know, it's just everybody goes and sees Star Wars. The numbers tell us that everyone goes to go see Star Wars.
That's, like, probably the only tradition that, like, I mean, my mom's gonna listen to this, so, like, she already listened to the other one, so...
So she knows what's happening. She's already heard you talk about cat dicks. Like, it's, it's coming.
Yeah, so, and like, we have Christmas traditions, but, like, we have changed as a family. We all have gotten to be adults. Like, we don't, like, Santa's not really a thing anymore. Like, this year won't go home for Christmas. Last year I didn't go home for Christmas. Like, we're all starting to do our own thing. But kind of, like, a big tradition with my family is, like, we do go see the Star Wars movies, or, like, whatever trilogy is happening. Like, before that, it was the Hobbits. I saw all the Hobbits.
Wow, that's more than I can say. I dropped out after 1 Hobbits. I was like, this is enough Hobbits for me, thanks. And I watched the Lord of the Rings movies every calendar year. Like, it's not like they're not movies for me. I just bailed after 1 Hobbits.
Oh, I'm opposite. I haven't seen I haven't seen a Lord of the Rings all the way through for horny teen reasons. Hobbits. That's a whole nother podcast we could talk about.
I'm bringing you back for whatever you just started talking about. That's a whole other episode. We'll come back around to that.
Oh, yeah. And Shannon's got to be a part of that because it's a real thing. Like, like, if you've ever dated a straight boy, like, you've made out during a Lord of the Rings. Like,
oh, okay. Oh, I get you now. Okay. My brain went off into some strange and odd place because, it went off to a strange place that it wasn't just like, oh, we put on the Lord of the Rings and then during the course of the 3 hours we made out. Like, we never finished the movie. Whereas I, someone who would, like, push people off of me if they tried to make out with me during movies when I was in my teens, I have a bad frame of reference for this, because I'm like, no, I'm trying to show you Lost. Like, climb off of me. So that's where I'm coming from on this.
Yeah.
But the dad market is a tough to corner market. It's hard to get dad out of the comfy chair into the movies. And if you're going to drag dad out of the theater to the movies this holiday season, he's probably not, and again, we're generalizing here, he's probably not going to want to see Little Women. I am very much looking forward to Little Women, but he's probably not going to want to see that. So you need to convince dad to go with the family to see Cats instead of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And that, you've opened up such an interesting avenue that they were taking every bit of available footage that could get dad into the theater and shoved it all into one trailer. Dad loves to laugh. Let's put some big laugh lines. Dad loves it when people get hit in the face or fall over, so we gotta put those in there, right? Mm-hmm. Dad loves the ladies, so we gotta have Taylor Swift shaking what her mama gave her. Mm-hmm. Dad loves Idris Elba, probably. Maybe not as much as mom loves Idris Elba, but dad loves Idris Elba.
Well, I think because, like, out of maybe all the cats that we've seen so far, Idris Elba is, like, the most masculine cat.
100%.
So maybe it's not that, like, dad loves Idris Elba, but dad loves to, like, he wants to identify with another masculine character, which is Idris Elba.
That was the manliest cat we could find. Because you're right. Again, I think you're really getting at something
because, like, Jason Derulo is probably the second, but, like, Jason Derulo is, like, a young millennial. Like, okay, boomer dad's not, like, doesn't care about, like, Jason Derulo. He hates Jason Derulo's music.
No, turn that racket off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's too much. So Idris Elba cat, like, with a cool hat, like, dads love cool hats, you know? So
dads do love cool hats. No, you're right. Dads love cool hats. Dads love hats. Dads wear them on vacation. You can't get them to take it off for the photo. Dads love cool hats. Dad got married in a hat.
Oh my god. Ugh, yeah. We're getting further away from what dads truly know. Or what we know about dads, I think.
We're on an exploratory mission to learn about dads. And I think Hollywood is as well. There's no singing. Mm-hmm. There's ladies. There's, it looks like, action, fantasy, slapstick comedy, all the stuff that dads like. Cats 2, the trailer for dads.
Yeah. Truly.
Incredible.
I'm also a little distracted because, since the first episode, I have a new foster cat, and currently Kono is meowing out the window. So if you hear, like, the teeniest meows, that is why.
That's fine. Everyone loves a little cat background noise. It's perfect ambiance for what we're talking about.
Yes.
It couldn't be more perfect to have a cat going crazy back there.
He's very scared, so I'm trying not to scare him more with all my opinions about cats. So we're just living in this realm, like, Kono's looking out the window, meowing. We're trying to discover what dads like. And the Cats trailer is squarely in the middle of that Venn diagram.
It's the only time where those two things meet. Now, this is important before I forget. So we've talked a lot about the overview of this trailer. Oh, and I just saw that McCavity is on a Wanted poster, which is very cool. There's a bunch of wanted posters for McCavity. But hear me out here. On our first episode, the debut episode of PodCATS, we of course used the classic metric rats versus realms to try and talk about the nature of an adaptation. Mm-hmm. Now, and we judged the first trailer to be pretty realms heavy, I would say.
Yeah.
How do we feel about the second trailer on the rats v realms spectrum? Because I know how I feel, but I'm curious where you land on this.
So I think it's swung. I think it's swung to too many rats, not enough realms situation.
Rats.
I think because I think like now, maybe in the first trailer, I was like, ooh, what is this place? And now after the second trailer, it's like, this place doesn't matter. There's so much rat behavior happening. And I don't think it's purely too many, strictly too many rats, but yeah, it's a lot of rats around.
I think because the first time I saw the trailer, I was like, realms, it's all realms. We've made a trailer that's completely comprised of realms. But now, per our conversation, I think you're right. I think this is a rats trailer. I think they're trying to play it too safe, trying to placate to too many people. Mm-hmm. We're swarmed with rats.
Yeah. Oh,
we need to get some cats in to get rid of these rats.
Because if anything, and that's maybe the crux of why I'm so horrified is they are just trying to make a regular movie, and but it doesn't. Cats has never made sense, and we know this. We've always known that doesn't make sense. And instead of falling more into the whimsy of it, of you know what, let's just hard sling into that realms world. Let's get even whimsier. Nothing makes sense, nothing matters. But now they're no, let's make sure things make sense. Let's make sure that there's talking so people know what's happening. Let's make sure that dads can enjoy this. Everyone can enjoy this. This is a movie for a family enjoyment, not for all these theater people who are immoral and wild out here that they have been doing with this cat story. And it's not. It's not working. It was never supposed to be like this.
We've dragged cats kicking and screaming into the world of rats. We've taken the most realms musical theater you could possibly imagine, and we are tugging it into the world of rats. And now I don't want to say concerned, because I am still overwhelmed with excitement for what I'm going to find in the theater on December 20th, because I'm there opening day, which I don't do for any movies. I will be there opening day for Cats. And now, anything could await me. I thought I had a pretty good handle on what might be on that silver screen, and now They've added plot, they've added dialogue, they've completely changed the game. Anything could happen up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's I'm horrified, but it's oh, I'm definitely going to see this movie. And I hardly see any movies in theaters ever. But now I think it's oh, yes, there's a lot of possibilities. We got two trailers that are two separate spectrums of the rat versus realms, what is that, line graph?
Yes.
And yeah, it's going to be a wild ride. And you are absolutely right when you talked earlier about kids and because it's only going to go up from here. right? Like you spend this much money on a movie to put plot into something that doesn't make sense. You're definitely gonna make merch on it. You're gonna have Cats merch everywhere, like cat costumes. Like next Halloween, get ready. Like we're gonna see little tiny Idris Elba cats everywhere. Like this isn't going away. Like this is probably just going to get stronger because it always has been this strong. But we have to prepare ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally for what is to come.
Right. And it's different than, say, a big Avengers movie where you're like, I have to prepare myself that, like, my faves might not make it out of this alive. Who from the company of the dwarves will make it home at the end of the Battle of Five Armies? Cats, I think the only proper way to prepare for this movie at this point is to go in not with any set list of expectations. Mm-hmm. Go in expecting that anything might happen. That is the only way to gird yourself, to prepare yourself for what might await you. And on a frankly terrifying note, we still don't know the runtime of this movie, and I think it is going to baffle and dazzle us. This could go one of two ways, where they have either taken the pork loin of Cats and have either chopped it down into a sparse 100 minutes, mm-hmm. or have filled it full of stuffing and turned it into a large meatloaf of 150 minutes. We might be looking at a 2.5 hour Cats experience here. And I think we all need to know that might be coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe that. Just like how, yeah, it's, it truly is like anything can happen. And, and even too, like, I guess I'm trying to, even any character could be a big deal. Just because we keep seeing James Corden, Idris Elba, Taylor Swift, and a Sad Hat Cat, like, so many times, those could not even be the big characters of the movie, right? Those could just be the sellers of the movie. And then, like, the character they actually focus on are those two mean girl cats that are bullying that little white cat.
Yeah. And that little white cat, yeah, they've added 2 mean girl cats. They've added 2 bitchy smoke behind the middle school cats. They've also, that white cat is not the lead of Cats. There isn't. They've taken a minor character and transformed it into our noble protagonist. Mm-hmm. Literally anything could be waiting for us. And in a show of like 20 some odd songs, I'm starting to think there's gonna be like 10.
Ooh. I think less. I don't know.
You think less?
I think, and this is me, like, ignorant coming from, like, I haven't even listened to any of the songs, like, like, only listening to this podcast in terms of, like, knowledge on this musical. But I think maybe 10 songs are featured in the movie, but I don't think 10 songs are sung in the movie. I don't know. I mean, like, that could be, like, it maybe, like, it's a, like, through line to another, like, walking to the milk bar or something like that, like, and even
the milk bar. Milk!
Yes, which I, like, until the second view, I did not know he was saying milk. I was like...
Screaming the word milk. Oh, this is gonna be a fucking trip. This movie's gonna be a fucking thrill ride from start to finish.
Or maybe those 10 songs will be so mixed and so, like, redone that they will not be, like, the original ones will have they're dead in terms of this movie musical. Like, they're redoing all of it.
For sure. So this trailer, I think, goes further to confirm some speculations I've had this whole time. And I'm gonna so the average song length of a song in Cats is probably about 5 minutes. That's probably where, like, the average would come down to. Mm-hmm. Upon viewing this trailer, I'm going to say that every song is cut down to about 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that for a show that on stage is almost primarily about dance, I'm going to say that most numbers in this will not involve much dance at all, but there will be 2 or 3 dance breaks. The Taylor Swift number is dance heavy, but in a very burlesque kind of way. And there's going to be one, like, big dance at the ball, and then there's maybe one, like, final dance number. But
I bet Jason Derulo will dance, because that is something he is known for, is, like, he is a good dancer, I believe.
Yes, my guess is going to be that most of his choreography is going to be, like, leaping up on the bar. So there will be some Coyote Ugly dancing, but there won't be tap.
Oh, yeah.
There won't be a lot of true choreo for a lot of these. And I don't even know what to make out of these plot lines that are coming into play. This could be anything.
Yes, because also, like, I guess the surprising like thing that we know about the plot is that Judi Dench gets to choose the cat, because she says it. She's like, I'm choosing the cat that moves.
That is per the show. That is Cat's canon. That old Deuteronomy. Usually played by a man, but now portrayed by Judi Dench, will be the cat selecting they have confirmed that it is for reincarnation. That is now canon. We know that. Whereas there has been some debate whether or not you go to heaven or are reincarnated. It is now set in stone that these cats are competing to be reincarnated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's on the books.
And I'm also wondering, like, if they are trying to make it realistic, like, are they trying, like, is it reincarnation in terms of, like, becoming a human?
Oh, God. Finally finishing their Animorphs transformation.
Yeah. Or, like, becoming a house cat? Like, you will have a family now? But that seems less likely to me than just becoming a person. Right?
A lot of these cats do have families. They are our cats. They are your little foster cat. But they have a secret life of cats.
I think Kono has a secret life, because he doesn't come out a lot for me, and so I totally, and I've caught him in his little secret life, because I've come home and he's like, I was comfortable, now you're home and I hate you. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's okay. He doesn't hate me, he just is very scared, and it's okay, he's had a hard life, but I am looking at him and he's looking back at me like, girl, no, we will not. Not tonight.
No ma'am.
No.
So, do you have any other last lingering thoughts about the second Cats trailer?
I don't know. I think we said it all. I think, like, I think you're right. We have to just be prepared for whatever, and like, I think also for us, like, I think I'm just fully preparing for it to be a huge success. That might have to, like, actually be the actual preparer of, like, all right, this is going to be a successful movie for sure. And that is maybe the craziest thing about it.
I think the irony dollar will be strong. I think a lot of people are going to be just too curious, like a cat, to not go see it. But I said it today when I stopped by the comic book store. This movie will either make $12 or $12 billion.
Yeah.
And there will be no interspace. It is one of those two options. And god damn am I excited to see where this is going to go. So I will close this out with one thought. Calling back to the Mamma Mia themed party you had earlier, where of course you tweeted at our friend Shannon about the leftover Mamma Mia food, where of course I said the great joke, Melanie, it's Italian food, you can't just call it Mamma Mia food.
I forgot. And every time I'm reminded about that, it just like sends me over. Oh my god. I remember when you tweeted that at us and I like died. I laughed just as hard as I just laughed now.
So everyone, just remember, if you learn nothing else from this episode about the Cats trailer, remember that I'm funny.
Yes. Oh, yes. That is actually the true takeaway that all audience members who are listening to this should take away, is that like Kevin Lanigan is a true talent and truly funny.
Thank you.
We are so lucky to have this discourse.
On this, my 18th hour of talking about the musical Cats. Thank you, everyone. Book me on your shows, cast me in your stuff, and I'll see you next week for further discussion about the Cats trailer. Good night, everybody.
Yes, perfect.
Perfect.
Kono, it's okay.
This has been a Talkback Podcast.